So that video will be for lower body extremities. We've done the first part on upper body extremities, shoulders, elbow, wrist, and opening up all the shoulders, elbow, wrist gives some more flows to the fingers. Now we're gonna do the same thing but for the lower body. So what can we stretch that usually is a good rule of thumb to do? So I have right there a band that I'm gonna use, but you can use a belt or any kind of rope. Anything will work as long as you do it, okay? In this band, I will use it laying down, putting it behind my shoe. And this works especially for people who have done dance in the past, especially ballet. But be gentle. If you're a professional, contact me directly or make a step in between. You don't want to deprogram your whole strength protocol with those exercises. You want to do it if you are not necessarily professionally conditioned, okay? So if you do any kind of sitting or driving, this will be terrific. So I just put the band right there, holding my foot, and I'm gonna choose an angle so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna turn my foot in, and I'm gonna reach that side. And I'm not gonna do like anything else but just contracting my quad and coming toward my chest and then going away. Let me show you that from another angle. I'm using that muscle to follow, so I'm using the rope or the band to bring that foot away and my muscle at the same time. And as soon as I reach there, I go away again. And this is a very nice movement to just find some space in your leg. Right there in the hip, but also right there. And you'll do some back and forth. Every time you reach the height that feels comfortable, you come back and go away. See, I've just done that several times, and I'm able to go a lot higher just by contracting the muscle and moving the rope. For good measure, we'll do both sides, okay? I'm gonna do both sides here with you so that you see it from a different angle. I use the muscle and the hand to go in the same direction, and as soon as I reach the direction, I come back. It's pretty low key. It should feel comfortable. If it doesn't, you went too far, and so then simply come back. In just a few movements, I was able to increase my range of motion. Just simple movement. So feel free to practice that. Another very good lower body openers that I will do with you is extremely beneficial for the hip. And we bring our feet together and simply do a butterfly movement. In that position, you will find that some of you start here, some of you go down here, some of you will be more away. Some of you will have pain in the lower back, so what I recommend is to gently move your buttock away to get a little bit more space, and then go back to that movement. That movement will create some lubrication in the hip joint and start to activate some muscles so that they work for you for a better stability. You can keep on doing that movement for several minutes at a time. This will be totally fine. Remember, if it hurts, don't do it. Now, another movement I will do, one leg will be folded and open, one leg will be folded and closed. In that position, right there, I will raise my knee to see how high I can go. And this is about how high I can go right now. Right there. And after I feel like a little bit of a kink right here in my hip. So I'm gonna put my hand on the knee and push down. As I push down, I will push out with my leg. So pushing out and then coming back. They both push against each other to some extent to allow that movement with resistance. And I'm gonna keep on doing that, and every time opening up a little bit deeper, and a little bit deeper, and a little bit deeper. There. Once I'm here, I try again that range of motion, and I can go a lot higher, and I just did it for a few repetitions, a few movements. Same thing on that side. This is about how high I can go. So I'm gonna use my hand on the right, on the left, whatever feels comfortable for me right now. This is better. So I'm gonna push out and resist. That pumping motion will create some lubrication and release in the muscle. So it feels actually super easy to do. It is easy to do. And eventually, in just a few repetitions, you will feel like your hip is a lot more open. Now relax, and I can go a little bit higher. And I just did a few repetitions. So what you will do, then you will switch to the other side and do the same thing and repeat. You will check the range of motion, and after activate, resist, do some simple movement to get a little bit more hip health. You can see now I can go a little bit higher. I was able to go only here, now I can go there. Same thing on the other side. Alright, so now I feel a lot more open, my hips are feeling great. The stretch we did before was also to release the hip and activate a little bit the knee, so to create more space. There's another movement that I like to integrate whenever I want to open my lower extremities, and it's my foam roller. We've done that in another video talking about the foam roller, but I'm going to show you a specific motion for the hip and knee. So lower body extremities. We're gonna come right there. So I'm on my hip, just below the hip bone, and I'm gonna do some gentle back and forth movements. And I cannot guide my foam roller with my hand to go up and down. And you can see I'm not doing very much movement here. It's very low-key. Some of you might feel that it's really intense, so you will go on something soft like a bed. Some of you might feel like, that's okay, I can do that on some harder surface like the floor. It's for you to choose. Remember to stay in comfort. Opening up that one muscle that we'll show you again, it's right here. Opening up that one muscle will allow decompression of the hip joint and the knee joint. So it actually works on a big space, even if it's just a little movement at one point. Now the last movement for the extremity that we're gonna do is about the ankle and the feet. For that purpose, I'm gonna take off my shoes so that you can see a little bit the movement of the foot here. So as I take off my feet, the first thing I like to do usually is to roll my ankle around. It's super easy to do, and you go one direction and another one. You've done that a ton of time in the past. We're just trying to integrate a full routine here. Another thing we're gonna do now that we put our, if you can do that, you put your ankle on your knee, and we're gonna move one hand on the ankle, one hand on the foot, and we're gonna move our foot around. So then there's no movement from the ankle, it's just a passive movement from the hands. And after the other way around. And the last one I really like, we're gonna twist back and forth. So I'm using my two hands to twist one way and the other. This very easy movement can be added also. You take the foot a bit lower on, with your hand a bit lower on the foot, right here, and you twist out. I twist out, let go, twist out, let go. And that really usually get a lot of motion right there on what is called the fake ankle. You have the true ankle that moves, and right there on the foot, the fake ankle. Now remember, in this motion, what you need to consider is what you're gonna do after that. After that, when you open up your lower body, you want to go for a walk, ideally. Find 10-15 minutes where you can walk around the block and enjoy the movement that you've created in your body. This is how you will activate the muscle. This is how you will get to stability. This is how you'll get stronger. So practice that. Watch the video again as many times as you need to. This will be your guideline for your lower body routine.